Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday and you're tuned into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano and here's what's making headlines today. High Court awards over $300,000 to men wrongfully detained during the 2020 state of emergency. Fishermen sound the alarm over mangrove destruction. Court battle ends in sugar showdown. Now all eyes are on the verdict. And Teachers Union President shares key update on talks with government. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
In the face of tragedy, you depend on accurate and timely information. In times of triumph, you seek to be inspired. You demand transparency and accountability. Your desire is to know and to understand, to be heard and seen. I take pride in telling stories that safeguard communities. Your dedication and success live on through these reports. Getting to the truth is my duty. My unwavering commitment is to tell the stories that matter the most to you. I am News 5.
Welcome back. 16 men are set to receive over $300,000 in compensation after a major ruling from the High Court of Belize. Justice Nadine Nabi found that these men were wrongfully detained during a state of emergency declared between July and October 2020. According to the court, the government overstepped. Justice Nabi ruled that the spike in crime on Belize City's south side at the time could have been handled using regular policing methods, not emergency powers. And when it came down to the evidence, the court said there just wasn't enough to justify locking these men up. Some of the payouts are significant. Herman Solis and Erwin Ramdaz were each awarded $25,000 for their time behind bars. On the lower end, John Greenidge was awarded $12,000. But here's where it gets complicated. Not all of the men may actually receive their compensation. A few have passed away, one is now serving a life sentence, and others have reportedly sought asylum in the U.S. This all comes at a time when Belize is once again under a state of emergency. Just 2 weeks ago, the government declared another SOE in response to a fresh wave of violent crimes across Belize City, the Belize District, and parts of Cayo. It's a case that raises big questions about justice, public safety, and how far the state should go in times of crisis. Here's a story that hits close to home, especially for anyone who loves coastlines and cares about the environment. The Belize Flats Fishery Association, or BFFA, is raising a red flag about something we can't afford to ignore: the steady destruction of our mangroves. These aren't just pretty plants. They're vital to our marine life, our fishing industry, and even our protection from storms. The BFFA, which represents local fishing guides and folks who depend on healthy flats ecosystems, is calling on the government to step up and follow through on its promises to protect these areas. They're not just talking, they're taking action. Earlier this month, the group put out a press release demanding immediate government intervention. And just this morning, they brought their message straight to the public with a press conference right here in Belize City. One of the topics, the Cayo Rosario project in San Pedro. It's a development plan that's been stirring up a lot of controversy, especially among conservationists and local communities, who fear it could do serious harm to the environment. The BFFA says it's time to put nature first, and they're not backing down.
Stakeholders are worried that these developments are going to cause long-term effects on the environment, the ecosystems that they depend on.
And who are some of the stakeholders and representation we have here today?
Here we have Bontra Tarpunchos, which I'm representing BTT. And we also have the San Pedro Tour Guide Association. We have the San Pedro Alliance for Conservation and Development as well. We have Oceana, and we have the Placencia and Hopkins representatives as well.
So why did you feel the need to host a press conference? What do you think will come as a result of this meeting here today?
We're hoping all together in that we're sounding the alarm, and that some of the decisions being made are lacking the input and involvement of stakeholders.
Things wrapped up at the High Court on Friday in a high-stakes legal battle between ASR-BSI and the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association. At the heart of the case, a major dispute over a 5-day factory blockade back in December 2021. BSI says the Cane Farmers Association crossed the line by blocking deliveries to the factory. claiming it disrupted their operations and those of Belcogen in a big way. So big, in fact, that they're now seeking millions in damages. Over 3 days, Justice Guanteleke heard arguments from all sides: BSI's legal team, the cane farmers' attorney, and even representatives from the government of Belize. Now the arguments are done, all eyes are on the court's decision, which could have serious implications for the sugar industry and the future of farmer-factory relations. This morning, Agriculture Minister Jose Mai shared his thoughts on the matter. Last night, the president of the Belize National Teachers Union, Nadia Khalid, took to Facebook to give teachers across the country an important update on where things stand between the union and the government. In her post, Khalid laid out the next steps for the BNTU, including an upcoming vote that could shape the union's next move. This comes after last week's big meeting between the joint union's negotiating team and the Britannia administration. As we reported, Khalid had promised to circle back with union members to share what came out of those talks, and now she's doing just that.
I know that in my last meeting, I said to you that we will be meeting with membership on Monday and you all will be voting on the different options. Given the number of questions the council and myself have received, we realize that it's very, very important for us to go back to the drawing board. So council will be meeting tomorrow night. We're looking at all the different options. They will be educated on how to properly guide you. And then on Wednesday, we will be meeting with you, meaning every branch will have branch meetings online. Voting on these proposals will then take place on Thursday. You will vote via the BNTU platform. So if you're not yet registered in our new database, you have between tomorrow and Thursday morning to get yourself registered. You need a valid email address because we'll send that link directly to you. With that, I say good night and please look forward, stay tuned to hearing from us as we continue to agitate, advocate, negotiate for what is rightfully ours.
So, what's next for the teachers? All eyes are on that vote. That's a wrap for the news at noon, but don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit channel5belize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.
Veracidad, imparcialidad.
Hemos estado haciendo el trabajo como organización.
Y tus noticias en español.
Están en aguas beliceñas, entonces esta bandera se queda aquí.
Sintoniza Canal 5 cada viernes a las 7 de la noche.
Tenemos que resolver los grandes problemas de este país.
Su voz importa, su acción cuenta.
Transfusión sanguínea, elementos que indican un deterioro evidente del estado de salud.
Somos Noticiero 5 Semanal.
Perdió la vida en un heroico intento de proteger a su hermano. El Tribunal de Magistrados de la ciudad de Belice se paralizó. La policía está investigando 2 asesinatos separados.
Tu fuente de información.